I think when answering the question if the federal bureaucracy should be subject to influence from external groups, the answer is inevitably yes. And I say this because when we're thinking of a bureaucracy, a democracy, when we're thinking about a healthy political state, it runs based on the inputs of its external environment, which happens to be us. And when we are constantly inputting to the political system, eventually there is going to be some outputs that result and display the favor of the population. To say that constant inputs from us are always ambiguous wouldn't be true. There's always going to be a essence of bias on constant inputs, but the beauty of having so many inputs from us is that it's supposed to give our government a ballpark of what these people need and what societies need to thrive. And I think there is a sense in us that we are supposed to trust our political state and that they'll be able to take our inputs and then create a healthy output. So to say that policy is created in the interest of all Canadians, definitely not, because that would be inferring that all Canadians are completely like-minded. We're never going to be like-minded as individuals. Everyone is different. I think that we can definitely have policy that reflects some sort of motivation to improve the needs of the environment external to the political society, which would be us. I think that we can constantly see policies that are attempting to meet some sort of need from the influence of external groups. Is it always going to be ours? No, but is it something that's constantly trying to be worked towards? The answer would be hopefully. So I personally think that we constantly need to be trying to influence our political system, not for the sake, though, of concurrently knowing that policy is going to be developed, but for the sake of exercising our own democracy, because my belief is that democracy wouldn't thrive if not for its external input. And I completely do understand the opposition for this, as external input often is never neutral and is never offering something stable or consistent. But again, that's what comes into, there has to be some sort of understanding that the government and our government and Canadian politics knows what to do or knows how to take information. If we believe that we were being ran by a bunch of idiots, that would be pretty sad. And not to say that some of us do think that, but there definitely has to be some trust that our inputs are going to be output in some sort of healthy way. So the answer would be it should be influenced through its external environment, but is there always going to be outputs that are a direct representation of the communal needs of the population? No, but I don't think there's ever going to be, very often at least, because we're not all like-minded, and I think that's impossible to serve every single need of millions of people. It's going to be pockets, and there's going to be moments where our desires as a society are seen through the political system, but definitely no, but we need to keep doing it for democratic accountability, for expertise and diverse input, and for checks and balances and inclusivity. We always need to make sure that our power as citizens is never dimming to the power of the political system. And that's through outputs, that's through that's through social groups, that's through interest groups. It's exercising our freedom. And that's why I would tend to agree.